Listen, I gotta say this, man, and even though it's boxing related, it relates to real life as well, right? So, uh, the fight between uh, Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos, right? Um, it was a good fight. I watched the fight several times, and you know, um, on Lopez's side, especially his father and Junior, they think they won the fight. It was a majority. Excuse me. It was a split decision, majority split decision on Camboso's side. But at the same time, outside of that one judge that thought Lopez won, and Lopez Senior and Lopez Junior, those are the only people that thought they won the fight. But they think that it was a close fight and they won the fight. Actually, I'll take that back. They think they won the fight by a landslide. So the delusion of them actually thinking they dominate the fight is crazy. So my point is that they're not willing to accept and look in the mirror and accept their losses. You know, take your loss, learn from it, and move on. And that's what you have to do in real life, man. Take these losses, take these lessons, no matter what you're going through. Whether it be divorce like me, relationships, which I'm navigating through, and learning from that, and just trying to understand where I land and what am I doing it for, what's the outcome I want, and just learning from those mistakes and moving on, just learning from everything and moving on, right? And so I think that's very prevalent, that you have to look in the mirror and kind of self-reflect about the things that you've done and how to improve yourself moving forward. And so if you're not willing to do a self-reflection, a self-check on how you can improve yourself so that you're not making the same mistakes again, how do you transition? How do you elevate yourself? If you're not willing to accept the things that you've done wrong and correct those mistakes, how do you correct yourself? So I find that very ironic that, Teofimo Lopez Jr. and Sr. are not willing to self-reflect and understand they did make mistakes in that fight. They just abandoned the jab. Basic fundamentals of fighting. They abandoned the jab. They were just looking for power punches to knock out Kambosos, and that didn't work. They took a lot of punishment. Lopez Sr. blames it on his son being at 135 too long. He blamed it on the network, right? On the zone. Make no damn sense, man. Look in the mirror and self-reflect and understand the mistakes that you made and move on and go from there. Just like I talk about, with me, being divorced and going back into the dating market and just trying to understand how I can navigate myself through this thing of relationships and just trying to be the best version of myself, working on myself on a daily basis, health-wise, fitness-wise, mentally, seeing a therapist, right? Seeing it not only seeing a solo therapist, but group therapy as well. I think it's very important. Solo and group therapy, so that you can meet with like-minded people that are going through the same situation that you're going through, and have that bond and build from there. Because that's very important, right? But all in all, man, it's important to self-reflect. It's important to self-improve. It's important to elevate yourself to be the best version of yourself, and always work on yourself on a daily basis. And that's how you gain wisdom of yourself, especially if you observe outside of yourself from a observatory standpoint, and looking at things from another perspective, from that person or whatever situation it is that you can learn from, and learn from that and kind of apply to yourself, right? It's basically spitting out the bones and you know, spitting out the bones of what you don't need, and keeping the rest, you know, for certain things that you do need. Right? I'm paraphrasing, but there's an old term regarding that. But you know, overall, I mean, like I said, man, it just it's all about just making sure that you're the best version of yourself. And it comes to boxing, comes to life overall in general. That's what you have to do, man. You got to be the best version of yourself, and that's how you have to self-improve and self-heal. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, family, those are my thoughts on that. You already know what it is. GMOG Sports TV with a quick video signing out.